Also, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakak Wadash. I would also like to give a double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that do rule well, that have taught me this truth. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom to the hopeful elect, unto the scattered elect that are scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, unto the true and sincere brothers that are out there prophesying and laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. Things are getting really bad out here, and no one's really reporting it except the prophets. But you got people using GoFundMe, not for, medical or health or, funerals. They're using it for food, rent, and other essentials. That's how bad shit is getting. And when I first, saw this, I thought, Jake is catching hell. But nah, at the end of the day, we think about it, it's Edomites, all right? Because most Jakes that put some GoFundMe, you got Jake got to damn near die. Multiple Jakes, or, it got to be something serious for people to donate to Jake on GoFundMe. These are Edomites that are catching this hell, that need GoFundMe for groceries and various other things. I'm pretty sure there's some Jakes in there too, but just the fact that this is what things are getting to, that people are not able to make ends meet. All right, they're living less from check to check. Okay, there's a lot of people that's getting laid off, especially with the government shutdown. And you think of GoFundMe, I just asked ChatGPT, what are some of the things that GoFundMe is used for? It says medical and health expenses, funeral and memorials, emergencies or crisis, all right, and education, tuition. So people put all these different GoFundMes to help this person, to bury this person. This person had a certain crisis, an earthquake or a hurricane, send money. People are needing money just to get by the week, all right, just to get food for their family. All right, this is another one said animal, pet care, family, or personal emergencies. So, but that's at the the lower tier of what people are using this for. And the GoFundMe CEO said this is it says, and I'm gonna play the video, it's an alarming trend where that's what people are using GoFundMe for. And I'm pretty sure it's more Edomites, more so-called white people than Jake that's doing this, because at least Jake, we know how to suffer. We know how to, a little bit. We know how to, cope with not having certain things and know how to make something out of nothing, But Edomites, they don't know how to struggle, okay, because they never had to, okay. But you're gonna see a lot of Edomites out there that's really they're the ones that's really catching the hell. Not so much, because like I said, Jake still knows how to, maintain somewhat, even if they ain't got shit. All right, but a lot of women out there that receive SNAP benefits, they about to suffer, because they're saying that they're not going to receive any SNAP benefits in November, and both sides, the right and the left, they're not. It doesn't seem like they're about to come to any type of agreement anytime soon. All right, so let me play this video, and then I'm gonna pull some precepts, because this is a sign of how bad things are getting and are about to get. All right, because we're not even dealing with we're dealing with inflation on a small level, but we're not even dealing with any type of hyperinflation, where even though GoFundMe ain't gonna do shit for you. All right, someone could put on there and can you help me GoFundMe $200 for some groceries, and $200 may get you, during hyperinflation, may get you 3 or 4 items. That's it. All right, so let me play this.
Can you imagine needing GoFundMe just to buy groceries? Well, that's the reality for a growing number of Americans right now. GoFundMe CEO, Tim Cadogan, just revealed something shocking. More and more people in the U.S. are using crowdfunding not for emergencies or medical bills, but simply to afford food. In an interview with Yahoo Finance, he explained that the cost of basic necessities like groceries has gone up so much over the past 3 years that many households are turning to strangers online for help.
Strangers online for help. Everyone's willing to lend a helping hand to an Edomite. They're not trying to help Jake. All right, like I said, somebody got to die. All right, it got to be some type of a disaster for them to even feel bad for Jake. Okay, a lot of these Edomites that are catching his hell. All right.
It reflects a painful truth about today's economy.
And this Edomite, he don't give a shit. Long as the money keep coming in, and GoFundMe gets a little cut of the funds, that's all he care about. These Edomites, they don't care even about their own people suffer. All right.
Even though inflation has slowed on paper, the actual prices of essentials remain high. Rent, food, childcare, all of it costs more than it did just a few years ago. And while wages did rise for some workers, many families are still struggling to catch up. GoFundMe, once known for medical bills or disaster relief, is now becoming a survival tool for everyday Americans who can't stretch their paychecks any further. As Fortune reports, when credit cards are maxed out and savings are gone, crowdfunding becomes the last option for putting food on the table. This trend isn't just about food, it's a snapshot of the wider economic divide. While wealthy Americans are preparing for a massive, great wealth transfer, millions of others are living paycheck to paycheck, relying on online donations to eat. It shows
Online donations, those people that's donating online, eventually they're not going to be able to donate because they gotta pay for their own shit. All right, this is it's going to get worse. All right, things are going to get, things are not turning up. Things are just spiraling down. All right, and things are going to get worse and worse and worse, especially for our people. Our people don't got anybody giving Jake no damn GoFundMe. All right, these are for Edomites. Okay, that people are like, oh, okay, send this person, they got kids, send them some money. They may throw something on Jake's Jake's GoFundMe, but they ain't really, people don't got it. All right, and the CEO is coming out seeing this alarming trend. Okay, yeah, it's alarming. All right, to them, all right, it ain't alarming to us because we see what the hell is going on. All right, this is Daniel 12:1, and at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. Even to that same time and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And this time of trouble is Jacob's trouble. All right, this is a time of great death. All right, it's going to be a great divide amongst the people. All right, people are going to be fighting for these resources. Main resources people are going to be fighting over is food. Okay, niggas is gonna be over there killing somebody over a ketchup packet. All right, or some what they call that they have at I think it's Popeyes. It ain't even real honey sauce. All right, grape jelly. Niggas gonna be fighting over that. Okay, so because that's how bad it's gonna get. All right, and the prophets are here to warn you and tell you, hey, it's nothing you can do. It's nothing you can do besides repent and turn to Yahawah Yahawashi. That's gonna get you up out of this. Okay, you can't hoard up food and stock food, or think that it's no way out of it. There's no type of plan or backup plan you can have to escape from the perils that are coming to America and even other parts of the world, especially you Israelites. Jeremiah 30:7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, the elect are the ones that eventually are going to be saved and preserved from these said perils that are going to take place. The great famine, all right, the sword of Esau, all right, different kind of pestilence that's going to wipe out whole states, all right. That's going, it ain't going to be no C-19 type stuff. It's going to be something that's incurable, okay. Let me grab this. Because this is you probably have a lot more women on these on this GoFundMe asking for some type of assistance, some type of aid, because a lot of them are single parent homes. Say, oh, I got kids and my SNAP, my EBT benefits didn't come through. Can people help me with this? And some people may help them, but they ain't gonna help. They ain't gonna help. The so-called black woman is the last one they'll help. They'll even help these Edomites and you think about it, these heathens these heathens will help their own. Okay, the Chinese, so-called Chinese, the Japanese over here, they're catching hell. They know how to help their own. Our people are the most divided. Okay, and that's because of the curses. But Esau, even Jake will see an Edomite family on there, and they'll probably donate to their GoFundMe. Okay, but a lot of these women are going to suffer out here. Okay, this is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. All right, Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Okay? Tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare and gird up sackcloth upon your loins. It's going to be stripped of um, all these what do you call it, privileges that you have here in the society. All right, where women could quit a job and get a job the next day. All right, where women can manipulate and try to work their way through life, living off men and living off the system and all that stuff. That shit coming to an end. All right, you see what Trump's doing with the government with the SNAP benefits. Okay, but like I said, there's a lot of women on these, probably more than likely more women than men on GoFundMe seeking some type of relief through donations from strangers for rent, food, and other essentials. Okay, but it's not going to come, especially you Israelite women. Okay, but I want to grab this too in Deuteronomy 30:7 because I mentioned that these curses, like a lot of these people that's requesting or looking for help are Edomites. All right, and they catching hell too. They're going to be the first, not I won't say the first to catch hell, but not having certain things and what can I say? Being without is going to be harder on them to deal with than Jake. Or even though Jake is going to catch hell, Jake is going to catch the most hell because we have the less resources, we have the less savings. Okay, but these Edomites is going to catch it also. And the Lord thy power will cause all these curses to come upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right, so the Lord is going to cause the plagues that we had to deal with to come upon them also. All right, and they're going to get the majority of these plagues in the kingdom of heaven, but hey, some of them are going to come amongst these heathens now. All right, let me jump over to the book of Ezekiel 7, and we're going to go to verse 17. Let me see, pestilence. Let me go start up. I'll start at 13. I'll start at 12. The time has come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. The wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive, for the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. They have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none goeth up to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Really, the point I wanted to get was in, let me see. I'm just jump down to 17. All hands shall be feeble, all knees shall be weak. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon their heads, meaning a sense of mourning. They shall cast their silver into the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them. In the day of the wrath of the Lord, they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. So, meaning your money is not going to be worth anything. All right, with the dollar, dwindling, every day, your money is getting devalued daily. Okay. And that's, I would say, not literally going to throw silver and gold in the streets, but they're going to throw this fiat currency, which is going to be worthless. Okay, and a lot of this has to do with, and as this take place, people aren't going to have money, or not really not have money, but people are not going to be able to get things or necessities that they need. Whether it's not going to come to a point where GoFundMe is even an option. Okay, people are just going to be, bare. All right, people are not going to have, anything at one point. Okay, people are not going to have a roof over their head. That's how bad it's going to get. All right, and we're just witnessing the birth pains of Babylon right now, of America. All right, the outlook in this place is not looking good, and these are only the beginning of sorrows. All right, let me grab Matthew 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. And many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, the Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars, rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So this is just the beginning. All right, these are the beginning effects of this incoming destruction. Let me grab Second Ezra 16 and let me see, where is it? Here it is. It says, starting at verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and they are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains can pass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. All right, so these are those birth pains. All right, that's taking place right now, and it's closer and closer. All right, as a child is being born, the contractions become closer and closer. So as we get closer to the end of this, the contractions, the pains, the plagues are going to become worse and worse, and you're going to see, you're going to see, really, the world is going to see the end of this place. All right, verse 39, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So sorrows are going to come from this place every side. Okay, everyone's going to catch this here. All right, our people are going to catch it the worst because, hey, Jake is at the bottom. Okay, Jake is being targeted right now. Okay, Esau wants to put the hell on you. They ain't gonna put the hell on their own people. They, even though the higher ups, they don't give a shit about them. The wicked elite don't care about them. All right, but our people are being targeted right now. Our people are being made the scapegoat for all the problems of America, and eventually they're gonna say all the problems of the world. All right, we got to get rid of those Hebrew. Even the prophets are going to be eventually the main target also. All right, but the target has always been on you Israelites. All right, you don't see, like the elder said it today in camp. You don't see, even though there's a abundance of other immigrants in this country from various different nations, but you don't see ICE targeting them. The target is on the northern kingdom. The target eventually is going to be on the southern kingdom, both tribes. All right, it says Judah and Israel were oppressed together. Okay, so you're just witnessing the birth pains of America, of Babylon right now, with people resorting to all types of um, different resources to try to make it. Okay, what happens when Esau shuts the GoFundMe down? Okay, what happens when Esau shuts its internet down? Okay, what happens when this transition from from the currency switches over? Okay, it's a lot of shit going on that Jake is not. Jake is just trying to make it from get by week, but it's going to get really bad out here, and if Jake ain't got this truth, if they don't have the spirit of the Lord in them, they're not gonna make it. All right, this is no way to escape these perils, escape these plagues, except through this truth, except through the straight gate. All right, so I just want to hit a few points on this. It really was on Instagram, but I couldn't pull it up on here. But I found the video of it on YouTube, and hit some points on this, because shit is getting bad out here, and if you ain't got this truth, you pretty much waiting on your judgment. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the hopeful elect, and I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakak Wadash. Shalom.